Okay, example number 2. Example number 2, they've given us an acute triangle. So let's get a little triangle going here. It's very cute, this triangle. Turned about this, looks something like that, I think, in it. And that is not even close, but looks more like the original. Okay. And what they've done is they've given us this angle is 31 degrees. They've named this triangle, which they hadn't done in the last one. They've given this T, U, and V. Okay. This side is 1.1 centimeters long, and side T is 5.8 centimeters long. Now, you could choose to go about setting this up in sine law 2 different ways. You can keep TUV, so in other words, we could write sine law as, I could write sine law as side T over sine of angle T is equal to side V over sine of angle V is equal to side U over sine of angle U. Or I can rename the triangle if we like. I'll call this A, maybe call that B, this B, and call that C, and this side C. And in which case, again, we have our C over sine C, B over sine B. I hope this is going to fit. And A over sine A. No. And we're just going to separate those two. Okay? So I can set this sine law up either of these 2 ways. It's completely up to you. If you prefer working with A, B, and C, you want to rename the triangle, that's fine. If you're good enough with this where you can just take their letters and use them, either way is fine. Okay? I'm only going to solve it using one way, so let's do a vote right now. So once again, the vote said TVU. We're going to do TVU. So we don't need these A, B, and C, but I'm just going to leave them. Okay, I have angle T, which is going to make this side T, angle U, which is going to make this side U, and this is angle V, which will make this side V. So let's take a look at this. Side T was 5.8 centimeters over angle T, which is sine 31 degrees. Awesome. We already have a ratio, so that makes it much easier. Side V was 11.1 centimeters. Angle V we do not know, so I'm just going to keep calling it sine V. And side U, no idea. And angle U, no idea. Now, what's very important is you got to figure out, what is the question asking us? Which side does it want to... Okay, luckily they've asked us for angle V. Now, I'm just going to discuss why that was lucky, okay? The reason it's lucky is because we already have one of the measurements for V. We have the side. So that means I have 1, 2, 3 of 4 possible variables. I have 3 of the numbers. So this is easy. I can just set this up and solve. If they ask us for U or V, I would have actually had to go about solving for angle V first. I then would have been able to solve for angle U, and then for side U. Okay, U is a little more difficult. Maybe we'll continue to solve all the way to U to give you the idea. But so what that means now is this, because I'm using T and V, I don't need that ratio there. So I'm just going to work with the 2 ratios I have on this side. So 5.8, you don't need to write centimeters in. I'm not sure why I did. Equal to 11.1 over sine V. Now again, I'm trying to isolate V. So in this instance, hopefully you guys remember this from the last one, I'm going to cross multiply. I don't want to deal with fractions anymore, which means I take the bottom of this fraction, bring it over there, take the bottom of this fraction, and bring it over there. So this will read sine V multiplied by 5.8 is equal to 11.1 multiplied by sine 31. Now again, I could solve for sine 31 right now, but I'm just going to leave it as it is right now, just so we have an idea, okay, of what I'm trying to do. We're trying to isolate for angle V. So that means I need to take this 5.8 and bring it to the other side. So what's going to happen is I'm going to be making a new fraction. Ooh. Let's just say 5.8 underneath. So what's going to happen is it's going to say sine V is equal to 11.1 times sine 31 divided by 5.8. Okay? It doesn't matter that I haven't solved for sine 31 yet. I haven't done any equating, so I can get to that. And even before I solve for that whole side, I'm just going to show you, this is the idea. I need to isolate this V. So what else do I have to bring to the other side? Sin. And when sin goes to the other side, what does it become? So think of it like this. Sin to the negative 1. And then in brackets, I have to do all this stuff first. 11.1 sine 31, 5.8. I forgot to put the bracket here. Okay? Now, I know this side looks confusing right now, specifically right here. Okay? I know this all looks very confusing, all that stuff there. You could have equated it all first and done the sign last. I'm completely fine with that. Okay? I'm just showing you this was the idea to isolating the V. So let's equate that stuff now. So sine 31 equals 0.515. So V. Actually, you know what? I'll do it all in one shot. So I've done sine 31. I know I have to multiply that answer by 11.1. So sine 31 times 11.1 is 5.716, blah, blah, blah. And finally, that has to be divided by 5.8. That's not a 1, that's a bracket. Equals 0.985, we'll say. So V is equal to sine inverse of 0.985. We have to sine inverse that answer. So remember, second function, sine, I'm going to take the answer from before so it's more accurate, is equal to, V is 80.29, or approximately V is 80 degrees. So we go way back up here. Our angle V is apparently 80 degrees. That looks like 800. Sorry. Let's change that. 80 degrees, okay? Now, okay, now let's say, now which means I now have two ratios. But say I want to find side U. I don't have any of the numbers in the U ratio. Right now, if you guys notice, I have nothing for U. None of the measurements. I need at least one of them. Sheldon. That's right. Because I now have these two angles, I can solve for angle U very simply. 180, subtract 80, subtract 31. It's going to give us 169. There you go. So side U is 69. So let's just complete this. I know side U is 69. I'm going to do it on the bottom here. So I'll put a line. This is not this calculation, okay? I'm putting a new calculation underneath. We're going to use the new information we have. So I'm going to use V and sine V is equal to U and sine U, okay? Side V we know is 11.1. Sine V is, what did we just discover? 80, right? We're trying to solve for U, and we know that sine U is 69 degrees. So the 69 needs to go to the other side of the equation. Let's get some arrows just so we don't run into each other here. Okay? This is a separate calculation. Our sine 69 needs to go to the other side of the equation, like we've done before. So it needs to go to the top of that fraction. So it'll say sine 69 times 11.1, all divided by sine 80 equals U. Now, I'm going to do this in one calculation on the calculator. please do not get confused. If you cannot do this on your calculator, for instance, if you can't see everything you type into your calculator, I don't suggest you do it this way. Okay? So, bracket. What's very important is I'm applying BEDMAS because the calculator goes on BEDMAS, okay? It does everything according to BEDMAS. The very first step I need to do is I need to multiply these two first. So I'm going to start off with a bracket, and even before, I multiply those two, I need to find sine 69 first, then multiply it by 11, and then divide it by this. So I'm going bracket, one too many brackets. Bracket sine 69, end bracket. I still have to end one more bracket. There we go. So I have sine 69, so it's going to deal with that first. Multiply by 11, end bracket again. So I'm doing all that first. So calculator is going to find sine 69, then multiply by 11, and then finally, please divide by, and this needs to be done first also, sine 60, bracket, end bracket. If you can't do that all in one step, don't. Okay? 11. Supposed to be 80? Oh, sine 80. Oh, shoot. See? Even I shouldn't have done it all in one step because I didn't even get it right. Sorry, that one's wrong. You got time. Let's try it one more time. Bracket, sine 69, end bracket, times 11.1, end bracket, divided by bracket, sine 80 this time. 80, right? Bracket. Done. 10.5. So after all that work, side view is 10.5 centimeters long. Okay? Okay, your homework is on Blue Notebook, page 489. Text 402, questions 1, 2, 7, 9, 13, 20. Please do those for homework.